Autofocus works great in Canon R series cameras, but there are times where you may want to, or even need, to use manual focus instead. So in this video, which is an excerpt from my Canon R Photography Fundamentals course, we're going to go over the 3 manual focus tools found in these cameras. That's focus magnification, the focus guide, and focus peaking. But first, let's take a quick look at when or why you may want to prefer manual focus over autofocus. If you're in low light and low contrast where the autofocus system might not work well, you could be better off in manual focus. You may also have some third-party manual focus only lenses. These are some really good lenses, but they don't have autofocus, so you have to rely on yourself focusing manually. And then some older Canon lenses that don't support autofocus with a mount adapter, you're also going to have to focus manually. You'll get into manual focus in the same manner that you got into autofocus. Either press menu, go to the AF menu, and choose MF in focus mode. Again, that menu option is unavailable if the lens or the camera has a physical switch that's enabled. If you do have that switch and it's enabled, you can set that to MF, either on the camera body or on the lens if your lens has the same switch. I just want to talk about some manual focus technique really quick. You're going to be using the focus ring to focus, and if your lens has a combined focus and control ring, you'll need to make sure that it's set to the focus function. You can do this by pressing menu and going to the AF menu or control customization, looking for focus control ring, setting that to focus. You can also set this up as a toggle switch in the button customization menu, and then some lenses have a switch where you can do this directly on the lens. Photographers have been successfully using manual focus for much longer than autofocus technology has been around, so don't be afraid of it. It may seem really intimidating, but with practice, you may actually come to prefer manual focus over autofocus. Your eyes can detect contrast much like the camera can, and you can also detect the difference between blur and sharpness. Now, to give your eyes the best odds of detecting those things, you're going to want to use a certain technique. Start moving that ring with really big movements until you've reduced the blur. So a really big movement, and then just refine that movement with smaller and smaller rotations back and forth until you've found the point of maximum sharpness. With small movements, just go back and forth past that point until you're sure that you're at the sharpest point. This is very similar to the concept of making the first cut with an axe and then refining it with a scalpel. Your eyes and your brain are going to detect this point of maximum sharpness much more easily if you start with those big movements first and get it close as you can first, immediately without delaying that. If you just slowly move that ring from where it's most blurry until you try to find the sharpest point, not only is that going to take longer, but you're not going to notice those differences between blur and sharpness as well. But you don't just have to use your eyes to do this. These cameras offer some powerful assistance to help you with manual focus. So here's what you'll find in the Canon R system. The first is the focus guide. You'll enable the focus guide in the AF menu. It's not available in all cameras, but most Canon cameras have this. And when it's enabled, you're going to notice a focus point that looks very similar to the 1-point AF area, a small little box on the screen. And you can actually use the AF point selection button, changing the AF area to different size points. You can position this point around the screen using the same method as you used for the autofocus areas, by using the joystick or the multi-controller if you have one, by pressing the AF point selection button and using the cross keys, or using the touch screen. But again, make sure that you have disabled the touch shutter if you're in manual focus. Otherwise, when you tap on the screen to move that focus point, the camera will take a picture, but it won't be in focus because you're in manual focus. Using this focus guide, that box is going to turn green when the area underneath it is in focus. And this is a really good indication to know when you've reached that point of maximum sharpness. You'll also see 3 arrow indicators to show you where to move that focus ring and by how much. The further apart these arrows are, the more you need to adjust the focus. So that'll help you know that you need to start with a big turn of the focus ring. They're eventually going to line up and turn green when that point is in focus. If you see 2 arrows on the top, you need to increase your focus distance out towards infinity. If you see 2 arrows on the bottom, you need to decrease your focus distance, move it towards you. And if you see just 3 gray marks, the camera can't determine the focus distance, so just move it until those arrows appear. This focus guide feature can also be enabled with an on-off toggle in the button customization menu. And while this can usually get you close enough, really close, if you have time to verify your manual focus or further refine it, I'd recommend taking that opportunity. And the best way of doing that is with magnification. Magnification is available in the autofocus modes as well, but it's particularly useful in manual focus, especially with shallow depths of field. The magnification feature will zoom in on the area underneath your focus point. So move that point to where you want to check that focus and zoom in. And then to enter this magnification mode, you can use one of the following methods. You can use the magnifying glass icon on the touchscreen for cameras with touch controls. Just keep tapping that to change the zoom levels. You can press the AF point selection button, then Info. Remember, all of these directions are on the screen. Press Info again to change the zoom levels, or whatever button the camera is indicating. Some cameras have a dedicated Magnify Reduce button that will also cycle through those zoom levels. You can zoom in just enough to see whether that point is in focus or not. You can use the cross keys or multi-controller to move that magnified point around the screen when you're zoomed in. You'll see an indicator in the lower right that shows you where in the composition you're currently viewing. If you frequently use this feature and your camera does not have a dedicated Magnify Reduce button and you want a faster way to toggle this, you can map Magnify Reduce to a custom button. There's another manual focus assistant called Manual Focus Peaking, and this is a tool found in nearly all modern cameras. The peaking refers to outlines of in focus areas in a color that you choose. Now, for some reason, this outlining is not showing up when I'm recording these demonstrations through the HDMI cable, so I'm just going to have to record the back of the screen with another camera. It's going to be a little more difficult to see here, but I'd urge you to experiment with it yourself to see how it helps and what it looks like. When using this feature, the camera uses contrast detection to outline the sharp areas. So you do need to have some kind of contrast in your focus point to see it. If there's no contrast, you're not going to see this outlining. But you can just think of it as an aid for you to detect that contrast, and it's especially useful for fine details. You'll find this setting in the AF menu and then MF peaking settings. This is in the shooting menu in the R100. But your options here, you have peaking, which is just to turn those outlines on or off. And then for level, you have 2 different sensitivities. High is much easier to see on the screen, but it may not be as precise, and it could end up hiding some of those fine details. Low is more precise, but it may be harder to see. So try each one of those and see which one you prefer. And then you can choose a color that contrasts against your subject. If your subject is red, maybe red isn't the best color to use. Maybe you want to choose blue, since blue contrasts well against red. And then you're just going to rotate that focus ring until the peaking color is the boldest and the brightest around your subject. Remember, again, this is all based on contrast detection. So if your subject lacks contrast or fine details, you may not see those outlines at all. You may need to use magnification instead. You can also program peeking to the quick control menu or to a custom button for faster access. You're going to learn more about subject detection and tracking towards the end of the course. I do just want to mention it now, though, because many Canon R cameras can automatically place that focus guide box over the faces and eyes of people in your frame, which can really lighten your workload when you're using manual focus with people. To enable that, go into the AF menu and turn on subject tracking, set subject to detect to people, and that's going to keep the focus guide around their face. If you want to keep the focus guide on their eyes, you can also enable eye detection. So go out and practice manual focus using the different tools available with your camera and lens combination. Use that focus guide, focus peaking, and magnification. It's nothing to be afraid of, and it's something that you should be proficient with. You're going to learn some more advanced techniques and focus tool customizations in a future chapter. Each of these three tools serves a slightly different purpose. You have focus magnification to zoom in and check precise focus on a specific point. You have the focus guide for a visual direction indicator, and then you have focus peaking for a quick at-a-glance check to make sure that your subject is at least close to being in focus. Taken together, they can really help you, and you may even start to prefer manual focus over autofocus. If you want to learn even more about the Canon R series focus system and all of the other settings and systems in these cameras, you can check out my Canon R Photography Fundamentals course, which you'll find at photocourses.link/CanonR. Use the code TUBE20 to save 20% off of that course. You'll find videos, text outlines, downloads, quizzes, and assignments to help you better understand your Canon R series camera. Please let me know if you have any other questions or comments about these manual focus tools. Subscribe for more great tips like this every week, and I hope to see you in the next video.